The footage shows a Russian soldier entering the frame of a Ukrainian drone system, emerging from a forest edge and moving into open ground. His pace appears hurried and uneven, suggesting urgency rather than planned movement. Within moments, a Ukrainian drone is redirected toward the area and begins tracking the route. The soldier seems to sense a growing threat and continues moving in short bursts, alternating between running and fast walking. As the drone closes in, smoke is visible below, likely from earlier activity in the area. Fatigue soon becomes apparent. His movement slows, balance falters, and he struggles to maintain direction. Eventually, the soldier crawls into a dense patch of vegetation, attempting to rest and avoid further exposure. The drone conducts a brief search pattern overhead, scanning for signs of concealment. Once the position is identified, the drone adjusts its approach and carries out the engagement, concluding the sequence under persistent aerial observation. The footage recorded by Ukrainian reconnaissance assets shows an unusual scene unfolding inside a residential neighborhood. A Russian soldier, dressed in civilian clothing, is observed repeatedly raising a rifle and firing shots into the air, apparently reacting to the presence of a reconnaissance drone overhead. He then moves quickly onto the edge of a rooftop, continuing to fire warning shots upward, seemingly attempting to intimidate or provoke the unmanned system rather than evade it. At one point, an elderly man approaches, takes the rifle, sits down, and mirrors the same behavior by aiming upward. The situation draws attention from nearby civilians. An older woman enters the scene and gestures for restraint, attempting to de-escalate the situation in an area populated by non-combatants. Despite this, the soldier resumes exaggerated gestures and provocative movements directed toward the drone, fully aware he is being observed from above. Throughout the entire sequence, the Ukrainian reconnaissance drone maintains distance, holding a stable observation position and recording events without escalation. The incident concludes later when local authorities detain the soldier. During questioning, he is asked to explain his actions and the decision to discharge a weapon inside a densely populated civilian area. The next sequence unfolds over open farmland, where a Russian soldier is seen resting beneath a small tree. He appears unaware that a Ukrainian drone is already approaching from above. The area remains quiet, and no defensive movement is observed. The drone closes in without being detected and initiates an engagement while the soldier remains unalert. After the initial contact, the soldier stays on the ground, seemingly attempting to recover rather than relocate. The pause proves critical. Moments later, a second Ukrainian drone arrives. Guided by continued aerial observation, it rapidly closes the distance and completes the engagement, illustrating how fatigue, lack of awareness, and layered drone coverage leave little opportunity to regain control once surveillance is established. In a forested area, two foreign fighters operating alongside Russian forces are detected by a Ukrainian drone. The aerial system tracks their movement through the trees and initiates an engagement once their position is confirmed. According to Ukrainian soldiers, one of the most effective defensive responses against Russian optical FPV drones remains a simple combination of Safari-style rifles and the Tashka net launcher. Used together, these tools increase reaction options at close range, offering a practical counter to fast-approaching unmanned systems without relying on complex electronic warfare solutions. The sequence unfolds near a contested coastline, where a Ukrainian reconnaissance drone identifies a Russian logistics base operating among the islands in the Kherson region. The location is quickly confirmed and transmitted to command elements. Shortly afterward, a Ukrainian naval unmanned system, known as Barracuda, is directed toward the designated area, guided by continuous aerial observation from above. The naval drone approaches the target zone with precision, Coordination between air and sea assets enables accurate navigation and timing. The operation concludes with the logistics site disabled, demonstrating how layered reconnaissance and unmanned systems can extend operational reach in coastal environments. The footage shows a Russian soldier moving across open grassland before entering a dense patch of vegetation ahead. Shortly afterward, a Ukrainian drone appears hovering above the brush, maintaining steady observation as it slowly closes the distance. The soldier likely becomes aware of the aerial presence and moves deeper into the vegetation in an attempt to avoid detection. Despite this, the drone continues tracking from above. An initial engagement follows, after which the soldier falls to the ground and is unable to continue moving. He remains in place, appearing to recover while staying motionless. The pause, however, does not go unnoticed. A second Ukrainian drone arrives shortly afterward, guided by continuous aerial observation. With the position already confirmed and no further movement detected, the follow-on drone approaches and resolves the situation. The next sequence shows a Russian soldier attempting to cross a dirt road before stopping beneath a tree to rest. After a short time, he removes part of his equipment and moves to another nearby tree, seeking more comfort and concealment. Unaware of the situation above, he settles in and falls asleep. During this period, a Ukrainian drone is already closing in from altitude, maintaining steady observation. No security checks or movement are made. As the soldier remains motionless, the drone descends, aligns its approach, and initiates the engagement. The next development occurs over open grassland in the Zaporizhzhia direction. A Ukrainian drone patrol detects a Russian soldier crossing the field at a steady pace. The movement appears unguarded, with no immediate reaction to the aerial presence above. The drone continues its approach without resistance. Only when the aircraft closes in does the soldier attempt to react and change position. By then, distance and timing leave no effective options, illustrating how delayed awareness in open terrain quickly becomes a decisive factor under constant aerial patrols. In the Siversk direction, a Ukrainian drone patrols a dirt road near a contested area and detects subtle movement along the roadside. As it approaches, a soldier wearing thermal avoidance gear is identified attempting to remain concealed. The drone adjusts altitude and direction, maintaining clear observation. With limited cover and the position confirmed, the drone closes in and resolves the encounter. The footage shows a Russian soldier briefly confronting an approaching Ukrainian drone. After an initial engagement, the soldier remains mobile and is able to move away from the area. The drone maintains observation, documenting the outcome without further escalation. The next development unfolds along a forest edge. A Russian soldier attempts to weave through the tree line, trying to escape a drone tracking closely from behind, but the effort fails. Nearby, a group of soldiers resting inside a shallow trench is suddenly alerted by another Ukrainian drone arriving overhead. At the same time, additional troops hiding low in open ground are identified and contained. The sequence shows how drones deny movement not only in forests, but also in trenches and exposed fields simultaneously. The next scene shows a soldier lying near the edge of a dirt road when a Ukrainian drone approaches and resolves the encounter. Nearby, another soldier resting beneath a tree is also identified from above. In a small, roofless latrine close by, a third soldier attempts to hide, but the position offers no protection. Drone operators from the Kalinowski Regiment, a Belarusian unit aligned with Ukraine, report a series of successful interceptions in contested airspace over the Zaporizhzhia region. Operating from forward positions, the team detects and tracks multiple Russian reconnaissance drones as they enter the area. Through coordinated response and precise timing, several unmanned systems are neutralized. before completing their surveillance tasks. The activity reflects sustained counter-drone operations rather than a single engagement. By reducing aerial reconnaissance, these actions help limit situational awareness on the opposing side and protect ground units operating under constant observation pressure.